This week on Now Here with Chris and Kell.
This is the most epic dinghy ride we've ever taken. This place stinks. Let's get out of here.
That's a little harsh, but it does smell pretty bad.
It does.
Here. It smells like an old, dirty barn. All right, let's fire it up.
Okay.
Get the hell out of here.
Hello, successful.
Yeah.
It's like our ETA is what time?
Between 3 and 4. Right now, it's bouncing between 3 and 4 o'clock.
Okay. Right
We're
on.
cruising along at 5.4 knots. We're gonna have no wind all day, and hopefully that makes for a nice, calm anchorage. Because I could use a good night's sleep.
Yeah. Me too. We've heard there are mosquitoes. Chris has taken some precautionary measures.
Jejenes, I haven't yet. The jejenes, which are worse, man.
They're no-see-ums.
Yeah, no-see-ums that bite, and the bite lasts like 10 days, and they're itchy as balls. We're gonna use this. It's hard to come by. Avon Skin So Soft, bug repellent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on now, so I don't forget and get all bit up.
All right, lube up, and we'll continue on.
So we're gonna go cruising in these conditions. Pretty terrible. I feel like we would have had a better night's sleep if we would have just dropped our anchor right here. The island of Isabel has a smell, and it's not swell. Speaking of swell, sleeping is hell.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Are you Shel Silverstein?
We rarely do sea waters this calm. Perfect way to start out the morning, full of zen. Or mostly full of zen.
Status update, we are about 2 hours out. We are running along the coastline now. Pretty darn shallow here, man. We're about a mile and a half out, and we're in 32 feet of water. If I was forced to, upon pain of death, I could touch the bottom, clear out here. How about that?
How about that?
I don't know if I could, but I would try. I've learned that you have to go down a ways, and then clear your nose, and then you can go farther. That's the key. I've been doing research. Now that I have a spear gun owner, I'd like to become a spear gun fisherman. But I digress. 2 hours left. We're going to anchor in Ensenada de, what is it? Matanchén? 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 Yeah. Right outside of San Blas. We want to stay well off the coast, so we're going to be at least a half a mile away from the beach because there are bugs here. Mosquitoes and jejenes. What did I used to call them? GGs.
Now time for Chris to put his shirt on and catch us a fish. Fingers crossed we get something other than a bonito, or one of those god-awful crocodile. And now, we wait. All of a sudden, a wild mackerel appeared.
We caught something.
Yep, little Sierra mackerel here. There we go, dude. 2 fillets.
Nice.
Nice hearty meal for the 2 of us.
Yes, we finally caught something worth eating. Now if we can just keep our fish momentum rolling, we'll be in good shape.
Coming into San Blas.
We're actually coming into Matanchén Bay, but San Blas is right here too, and a little easier to say.
Excited to be here. Excited to be in an anchorage that isn't so rolly, and I actually have some friends here, so this is going to be a really cool, unique experience to anchorages we've had in the past, because maybe we'll get some tour guides. There's a lot to do here, and we don't have like a set amount of time for being here, which is great. So we gave ourselves a buffer. We didn't stay in Isabella as long as we thought we would. So we have a few days to kill. So anyway, just getting the anchor ready on deck, and we'll drop hook. We're gonna drop hook a little further out than we normally would because of the jejenes. and those are a problem. So stay tuned.
We're not in the desert anymore. This is mainland, and it's so green. It's a little overcast right now, so it may not appear as exciting as I think it is, but we're headed for Matanchén. I have a hard time saying that. I'm sure I'll get it right eventually. Are you ready?
We're about ready.
Ready.
You got the pin out and everything?
Nope.
Now I'm ready. Matanchén. That's how you say it. I'm pretty sure. Still not right, but we're working on it. We found a decent spot and dropped our anchor.
Looks good, looks good.
Yeah, we're in 15 feet of water here. The reason why we park so far away is because I don't want to get eaten alive by bugs, and people are saying park at least a half mile away, and it's a half mile in every direction from the shore.
Okay.
So, keep your fingers crossed.
Success!
We're gonna settle in and we're gonna enjoy the hell out of this place.
We proceeded to get settled so we could enjoy the hell out of this place.
Raise the scoop.
Now that we're finally settled, what's for dinner?
We caught a nice Sierra mackerel, and the key to Sierra mackerel I found online, because I don't really know from personal experience, is you want to make sure you eat it quickly. So we're having it for dinner tonight. There are the fillets ready to cook. That's just salt, pepper, and paprika. And here's our nice herby veggies. We're gonna throw in some of this. Let that reduce down and get tasty. And we'll throw in a little vinegar on top and then set these aside and then cook our fillets. There we go.
Nice.
That's a meal fit for a king mackerel. Let's give this a taste. It's pretty good. A little foo-foo for me. It doesn't have like a rich like sauce or anything like that. It's very light, delicate, and tasty. Give it a shot.
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. This is delicious.
Free protein for dinner tonight. That costs a lot of money in equipment and lures.
That's the best part. We had a wicked sunset that evening, a stark transition from the overcast skies we were greeted with. The next morning, we decided to bust the sunshades out.
This is looking cool.
These shades help regulate our internal temperature tremendously, and I am so thankful Chris is getting them up for me. It's so nice to have an outdoor space where we aren't just baking in the heat of the day.
You know, those wind scoops, especially at anchor, are pretty freaking awesome because no matter what direction the wind's coming from, your boat turns that way and then it fills with air. But today, it's a big useless turd. There is zero wind. Whew, it is hot and sweaty, but I managed to put up our shades, so that should hopefully keep some of the heat off. It was quite a project, but now I am shaded in the back. I'm starting to feel a little breeze. We are officially settled into our spot. We've got our sun covers up. We have our wind scoop on. We have all our nets in place. Yeah. And we've been here for a good, what, 18 hours or so?
Yeah, not quite 24.
And we're not moving. Check this out. Just go into our anchor watch here. What? There we go. See that big glob of green that's about to appear? There it is. That's basically what our anchor has been doing. So we're just kind of hanging out on the outside. We got about 8 knots of wind that's blowing through the boat, keeping everything cool. Why am I telling you all this?
Life's good right now.
It's pretty good. I'm a little warm. We got a few bug bites, but not a ton. Happy with the level of bug bites that I do have. I have under 5, so.
That's pretty good for you.
Yeah, under 5.
Yeah.
Under 5. That's how many I have. See everybody? My hand was in front of her face.
Are you ready to go?
We're gonna go meet, because believe it or not, Kelly's grade school friend,
yeah,
her parents live in San Blas. We're gonna meet them for lunch.
Yes, we are.
at a cute little hotel beach bar.
We deployed Paul, and soon we'd be off to lunch. We met Vicky and John, along with some friends of theirs, at Bayos, a swanky little spot right on the beach. Our landing in the dinghy was a little hairy, but we made it and we didn't get totally douched. It had been 17 years since I'd seen these guys. Really great to catch up in this beautiful atmosphere with some good food. We made plans to see each other again during our stay here. As it got later and the waves started building on shore, Chris and I both started to think about how difficult it might be to get back to Drifter.
Alright, you ready to do this?
We will be confident in whatever we do now.
We're gonna time this just right. I don't know how, but we ended up with like enough star fruit to last a lifetime. Okay. Whew. Okay, should we move a little closer and then get the next one?
Yeah.
All right. Hercules! Take your time. We're in the water.
So warm. The water's so warm, Kelly.
It is. We're douched.
It really was high.
I'm wet. You're wet.
Yeah, that was wet.
Yeah.
We got squadooshed. But luckily, we had a captain with a steady hand, and he got us safe.
Yeah.
I'm not even on the wrong side. The right side of the boat.
I'm glad this is us on the way out and not the way in. Do you imagine arriving just soaking wet like this?
Yeah, it's covered in filth.
Filth? You look like you're very uncomfortable.
I get splashed in the face every time we hit a wave, Kel.
Oh.
It's not optimal.
Would you like my sunglasses?
No.
Okay.
Where are mine? Oh, they're right here. I can just put them on.
Yeah, you could. How close are we? I'm afraid to turn
I
around.
can see our boat.
Okay.
Don't turn around.
Not gonna turn around. Oh, there he is. Okay, turning back around. This is the most epic dinghy ride we've ever taken. Hands down.
Happy to report, we made it back safely. However, you're on, wet dog.
I gotta say,
Yeah?
that was a moist entry.
Is that what you gotta say?
I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a shower.
Alright.
Our solar
fun.
shower warmed up all day.
Nice.
I'm gonna just rinse off. It's a rinse.
Okay.
Not a full shower.
Well, you did get a full douching, so.
I got several. There was more than one. What do you do when someone gives you a giant bag of starfruit?
Like, I can't even eat starfruit, and that's so sad because we have like a whole bounty
The
here.
reason why she says that, and there is seawater in this bag. Let's see it drip out.
Okay, thanks.
Is Kelly has
I have a deficiency.
not optimal kidney function, and starfruit is not good for kidney function. So, like me, I have two of them. They both work, I think, pretty positive. So I can eat all the starfruit I want. I'm the David Bowie of fruit consumption.
Here's
I'm
Ziggy
Star
starred.
Man.
Go get in the
We're gonna take a
shower.
now.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
We did some homework, and it turns out I can have starfruit in small doses. So we used some really tiny bits in this salad for dinner that night. The next morning, I woke up bright and early while Starman slept in. Good morning, it's Sunday, and I'm just getting set up for my little fitness routine out here on the bow. And last night, a friend of ours showed up kind of late and a little ballsy. His name's Matt, and he's on a boat called Pippin, and he might be tagging along with us today. Yeah, it's good to have some friends out in the anchorage. While I bust out some weird moves on the bow, Chris is counting more than sheep down below.
Status update. Hey, Nayville. San Blas, Mexico. Dinner last night got us.
Yep.
I have bug bites everywhere. I wasn't wearing clothes. From like here down to my wrists, there's lots. Can't really see them. I don't really want to agitate them. They're all over my knees.
Yes, they are.
And they go all the way down to my feet.
Yep, your ankles
And we
too.
came in. We completely covered ourselves with bug goo.
Of course.
Yeah, we put on Avon Skin So Soft and cutters, and we still got eaten alive. I probably have 50, would be my guess. Would that seem accurate, Kel?
Sure, 50 is
my
fair.
knees and shoulders and backs, and anyway, nothing ruins the trip like just these vultures, these vampiric little tiny little pinprick. They don't even give you a fighting chance. You can't see them. They're named no-see-ums for a reason. If you're lucky, you might see a black dot on your skin right after it bit you, so you're already.
Are you done?
What are you doing today?
We're gonna get ready and go to shore on the beach that has the better landing. And check it out, walk around, see the town. Matanchén. Matanchén. Matanchén.
Matanchén. Matanchén.
M-A-T-A-N-C-H-E-N. That's how you spell it.
Matanchén.
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 Ensalada de Matanchén.
We made it to shore and picked up our friend Matt from his boat along the way. We were all meeting up with Vicky and John for a tour of the town. Then we crammed ourselves in a little colectivo for like 20 pesos a person for a 10-minute drive into the town of San Blas.
Okay. Gracias.
The colectivo dropped us right off at the town center, and we met the rest of the gang. And here they are. Vicky and John gave us a lovely walking tour of the town. We started out at the old church in the center, saw lots of vendors, browsed through the markets, and zigzagged through the streets.
You playing with the puppies?
I am.
It's a rough life.
We walked through some lesser-known architectural treasures of San Blas. This area was part of a museum and is currently in active construction being rebuilt. And of course, we had to check out the pier to see what that was all about.
Check it out, OSHA approved. That's safe.
We bought some candy and petted some more puppies, ended the day relaxing and rocking away. Since we left the dinghy on the beach unattended, and we weren't really sure how that was going to go, we decided to head back before it got too late. We came back to Paul unscathed, but boarded by tiny pirates.
Scram!
After making it back to the boat that night, we were gifted another striking sunset, and another really calm and comfortable night's sleep in the anchorage. The next morning was also very calm and peaceful. We could see the bay teeming with life below. The rays had surfaced, and they were all around our boat.
Bye! Have fun making water! Why do you need a water maker if you have friends that can make water? So Matt from Pippin has graciously let us use his water maker to make some water. And he said he's got plenty of solar to make that happen. So Chris went over with a couple of garrafones and he's gonna fill them up for us. So that is pretty awesome because we are always needing more water.
Matt was so cool about this. Chris went over a few times for multiple rounds. It was really good peace of mind to have our tanks resting at higher levels again. We both realized that this is the first time we'd ever had water from an actual water maker. So of course we had to test it.
What have we got?
I am very curious because this is reverse osmosis water and I want to see how boring it tastes. It's water, just tastes flat. But it's not at all like, if someone handed me a glass of this and I was thirsty, it's not like I'd be like, ugh, what's wrong with that water?
So while we were performing the taste test on our new water supply, our dinghy Paul was also testing his boundaries.
What is up with that spot? I can't even tell. It's rubbed off in the same exact spot.
It's the same as last time.
Earlier this season, in episode 35, Paul escaped from us and started making his way towards the bar in Willard Bay. Luckily, we had some badass friends who were able to retrieve him. Fortunately, these kids are up for the challenge. Some jet skiers came by and we flagged them down. Hopefully they can tow Paul back to us. This continues to be a mystery to us. The knot held, but the line severed, just like last time. Same place and everything. Oh my goodness. We gotta stop doing this.
It's difícil.
We were so grateful to have Paul back. These young men deserved a reward. They really wanted some Coca-Cola, but we were fresh out, so we gave them some pesos instead. We really enjoyed the calm state that this anchorage was at night and in the mornings. However, the jejenes were a big deterrent from being here for much longer, so we decided that today would be our last, and we were determined to make the most of it. Today we're getting ready to leave to go on a riverboat tour.
Except for I'm not ready. I've got stuff to do.
We have 2 minutes. We're gonna go pick up our friend Matt and then head to shore and get a taxi and then meet up at the meeting point, and it should be great.
They don't need our life story, dear. We're gonna go river tour.
That's what I said. Success! We made it into town with our friend Matt. And now we're just cleaning up from the wet and sandy beach landing so we can take a quick hike to the taxi stop, which will bring us to the meetup point for the riverboat tour. We had arrived at the meetup point for the tour, which was different than the main tour that ran straight out of Matanchén and was advertised all over town. This point was longer, more scenic, and Vicky and John had some connections. Safety first! Yeah, check out our fancy orange PFDs. This felt a little odd given our lifestyle, but rules are rules, until no one official is looking. We all boarded and soon we were off, to hopefully see some crocodiles.
I'm scared.
And we're off. We started out at a good breezy speed. The mangroves were lush, green, and inviting. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Just checking out the scenery. I really don't have that much of affinity for birds, but I did enjoy the boobies, so I'm looking forward to this.
The main draw, for me anyway, was to see some crocodiles. And we saw them, but they were sneaky.
I think I figured the crocodiles out, Kelly. They float little pieces of garbage hoping that you're like a conservationalist, and you'll try to reach over there and scoop them out of the water, and then they attack. You gotta watch out for that.
Do this.
Yeah, it's a bait. It's a bait move.
They're smart.
They're masturbators.
The mangroves got thicker the further we went in. Sometimes it just seemed like it was wide enough for 2 pangas to pass, but not much more. This meant you were close up and personal with all kinds of wildlife.
He's out here. Oh shit.
Oh, God.
Did you see that spider?
Yeah.
That was huge. The big ol' ass spider on the side of the boat. It's gonna come up. It's gonna come up for you, Kelly.
And then he did come up for me.
That is a big...
That's a coconut spider. They're not.
Okay.
Or a
Like,
wolf
we don't
spider,
really-
which will kill you.
Okay, John, I'm just gonna take your word for it. Coconut spider it is. Now the spider was officially hiding under my seat. I decided to move to the bow. Better safe than sorry.
Just be right here.
I can film all you guys.
Kelly loves spiders.
That's a particularly large one.
Yeah. In going on the longer version of this tour, we saw a few more things, like this low bridge, and obviously we passed by the main meetup point for the tour. We definitely saw crocs, both big and small.
You could lose a pinky finger to that one.
Further into the tour we went, the thicker the jungle became, and we started seeing more and more birds. According to the Audubon Society, close to 300 species of birds call the canals, mangroves, lagoons, estuaries, beaches, and surrounding mountains their home. Only Panama has a higher concentration of bird species in the Western Hemisphere. On top of that, 80% of migratory birds in North America assemble in the San Blas region during winter months. We were also told that up ahead were structures from an old movie set. Cabeza de Vaca was a lesser-known film released in 1991, and impressively, these structures still stand today. Eventually, we had reached the end. This was a cool little destination with a small restaurant, bathroom, shade, and a swimming hole, complete with a rope swing and crocodile protection. We unloaded from the panga and plan on hanging out here for lunch and a quick swim.
I like that there's like a destination.
Yeah. Vicky and John brought in lunch, as we had heard that the restaurant wasn't really all that great. And soon we had befriended a coati.
We got no food for you. It is all our food.
Vicky, Matt, and I went swimming, and in case you were wondering, because I certainly was, there is an underwater chain link fence at the very end of the swimming area that'll most likely keep crocs away from you. Maintenance doesn't seem to be very popular in Mexico, so the protection is sketchy at best. A girl was attacked 2 weeks ago, so they just dove the fence, and I think we're good. Did I mention the rope swing? Matt was the only one ballsy enough to give that a go. On the way back, we were given the option of going normal speed or rapido. We chose rapido. But we did make some sudden stops to see these big boys. That is so wild.
It is literally the wild, yes.
Going onto the bridge.
Onto the bridge downtown is where I drew some blood.
That was a morning well spent. About an hour in, an hour for swimming and lunch, and an hour out. Time to get off the boat. Then what?
Whew. We made it.
We did. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Our tour guides, Vicky and John, told us about a fort and the ruins of an old church just across the river and up the hill, so we headed that direction. There was a small fee to get into the gate, 20 pesos a person, so a little more than $1 each. We paid up, and soon we were on our merry way. First up are the ruins of the Nuestra Señora del Rosario Church, which was constructed in 1769. Walking through, you can imagine the haunting bellows of Spanish soldiers. Like an old Mexican period film, you can get a sense of how life in colonial Mexico might have been. And yes, the jejene game was coming on strong here. Next was the remains of La Contaduría, the customs house and fortress that can be found perched on San Basilio Hill at the entrance of town, and that is all that is left.
We're gonna go see cannons now?
Yeah, let's go see some cannons.
Walking through here was like taking a step back in time, when the shipyard and the port of San Blas was the epicenter of the Spanish Empire on Mexico's Pacific coast. The 17th century port was the first maritime customs house on the Pacific. The port was also the forefront of Spain's effort to colonize Mexico, capturing land, gold, and other resources, while spreading Catholicism in the New World. Here we said our goodbyes to our super friendly tour guides and headed back into town for a few errands before getting back to the boat. A few days ago, Chris and Matt went to go drop off our laundry, so our first mission is to go pick that up, because we can't leave town without our underoos.
All loaded up there?
Yes, got the laundry.
Nice backpack.
Cost 220 pesos. Let's go get something to drink. I'm thirsty.
Okay. Here we are.
Yay.
This is San Blas Social Club, a little expat bar in town square.
That's not just water. What are you drinking?
Nothing currently. Waiting for my beer.
1 beer, 2 pina coladas, and a gin and tonic later, we found ourselves ordering a pizza. Since tomorrow was a moving day, this truly was the perfect pre-passage meal. No dishes and easy leftovers. Now just a quick cab ride back to Matanchén, and soon we'd be back aboard Drifter for the evening.
Well, that was a full day. We went on a jungle tour, and then we went to a fort, and we got our laundry. It's right here in our pink bag. And had a couple cocktails, happy hour at the Gringo Bar. Got pizzas for dinner.
Yes.
And now we're headed back through the jejenes. They'll bite ya. Gotta head to the beach. Hope the dinghy is still there. and call it a night, because I am tired. Cutting it close, man. Look at the water licking the back tires. This is wild. Paul's been here all day. But anyway, we're here, so is Paul. The back tires are a little indented, so that's gonna be a thing. At least the wave action's not quite as beefy.
We're crushing it right now.
We did good.
Yep.
Here comes a wave now. That's a big one. Oh God! Ah! Oh, I felt my stomach drop.
To the boat!
What a long day. What a good day. I didn't have to use my AK.
Nobody did.
Alright, let's see what this thing looks like. Classic Mexican pizza. Really blonde. No real browning on the bottom. Actually, that's better than most. Canned mushrooms. Yes, this should be a sloppy, pizza-like product. That'll do. Not bad.
Tune in next week to see where we head to next.
Yep, this is basically like a Corona commercial.
And keep watching for this week's blooper reel, sponsored by our patrons.
Because I have such a nice tan. And they suck. Stay away from Gigi's. Sarah mackerel has become our official breakfast fish. Obligatory bullshit. We've
What
had
if
better.
they see this? I have to edit you.
What's the dad's name?
John.
Ed.
John.
Jonah. Big Juan.
I need mayonnaise.
I'm always like, hey, hit me up with some mayonnaise, bro. That's a good flow. That's a strong 20-year-old flow. All right, we're not sure where we're walking. But we do know one thing. There's no escape. But, like, children also walk this way, so.
You need some gas?
I do. Here, look at that huge cigarette. It's like a baby's arm.